Hey, Mayor, we are live on Facebook whenever you're ready and the flag is standing by.
Thank you. So everybody, we are live on Facebook. We're waiting on two council members to join in. There's one more to go. I saw Mary Beth coming on and then, oh, there she is. She's coming on. I know that we're live on Facebook right now. Good evening, everybody. We're waiting on one council member who's having a little bit of issue getting in. We'll give her another minute to make that happen. All right, we've got a quorum. What do you want to go ahead and get started? See if Mary Beth can't join in.
I don't know why mine is not working.
Okay, we can hear you, Mary Beth. So if you could see us, we can hear you. So you want to go ahead and get
That's
started?
fine. Perfectly fine with me.
Very good. So good evening, everybody, and welcome to our August 12th Town of Port Royal regular council meeting. This meeting is being held virtually through Zoom and Facebook Live. The first item of business is our Pledge of Allegiance. We will get a flag put up on the screen and we will have our pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
One nation,
under God,
indivisible.
liberty and justice for all.
Amen.
Thank you, everybody. Jerry, would you like to lead us in an invocation?
Sure. Would you bow your heads, please? Heavenly Father, we thank you for the many blessings of life. And Lord, we appreciate this opportunity you give us to join together tonight, albeit virtual, to discuss the business of our community, of our town that we all love so dearly. Lord, I ask that you be with each person here tonight, give them the wisdom, the courage, the words, and the discernment to make decisions for the good of the community. These things we ask in your son's name. Amen.
Thank you, Jerry. Good evening, everybody, and welcome all guests that are on board. Our next item of business is our approval of minutes. We have 5 sets of minutes that are in our packet. We have the minutes from our special council workshop from July 1, special meeting July 8th, public hearing on July 8th, council meeting on July 8th, and special meeting on July 29th. Do I have any motions from council?
I'll make a motion to approve all meetings minutes that are in our packets, the council meeting, workshop, and special meetings.
Thank you, Jerry. Do we have a second for the motion to approve all minutes?
I second.
We have a motion and a second. Are there any corrections, deletions, or additions to the minutes that anybody would like to add?
None that I saw, sir.
I agree. Hearing none, we'll go ahead and take the, as we have to require it, a roll call vote. Do it in the order in which I see you on the screen. Darrell?
Aye.
Jerry?
Jerry Ashmore, aye.
Kevin Phillips,
Aye.
Mary Beth.
Aye.
Thank you, everybody. Van, council briefing.
Hold on one second. Let me pull that up real quick.
Sure.
We covered that pretty extensively last week. One thing I wanted to cover real quickly is we did get the marine debris estimate submitted to DNR, including the 2 sunken boats plus the landing craft that's up on the bank. So that has been submitted and taken care of. Obviously, we're still having some ongoing issues with duct lines. I saw that y'all got an email on that. As I mentioned last week, we are trying to replace a defective motor. That's supposed to be on the way. The guy from Solitude is coming down on Monday. Take a look again and see if there's something he can do in the interim. That's really all that we can do at this point, and other than me going down there with a paddle and beating the water around for a while. But nothing else really specific to the briefing unless there are questions. I did reach out to Tony, Chief, and we are talking about the pedestrian slash speed table adjacent to the police department as the prototype. We're also talking about some other ways that we can address speeding issues in the downtown area. I think the chief is still here. He's got his mic off, so I'll speak for him. I'm just kidding. But I think you'll probably see a little bit more activity in the downtown area in the coming weeks as we move this forward. Porter's Chapel is, talked to Tony, is pretty much completed. So we're about ready to partner with the National Park Service and kick off the interior display work and some of the other stuff that's going to happen associated with that facility. So pretty exciting. And that's all I have, unless you have additional questions relative to the briefing.
Chief, anything you want to add? I'll take the mute as a no.
Hold on. I don't think his connection might be that great wherever he is.
It's not. The internet sucks here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Barely.
Okay. No, Mr. Wallace covered everything. We're good.
Hey, Mary Beth.
Hey, Jerry.
Van,
Yes.
Daryl.
has there been anything further done with in regards to the vandalism? Is there a cost of, have we gotten a cost of those repairs, and has anyone been apprehended?
As far as apprehension or enforcement or investigation, I'll let the chief address that. As far as the costs go, we're still getting some estimates from some contractors to repair the brickwork, as well as the ironwork that was basically damaged at the Live Oak Park. So we still don't have a final number on that. And some of the other stuff, things that you've seen at the observation tower are things that we can clean up, fix in-house. So, but yeah, and then we had the issue in the shed. They smashed and broke a podium, tore the piece of the sound system that we were using in there for court. So they're probably another $500 or $600 there. So, I mean, you're easily probably between $1,500 and $2,000 in damage that we will have to pay for, other than what we're doing in-house. If you add the in-house labor and materials, we're probably at $2,500 to $3,000.
Well, definitely, if we do apprehend anyone, I hope they pay the town restitution.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. On the traffic and the process, Chief, that you're planning on, let's not forget about the Casablanca area, please. We did get a couple of complaints in there. It appears that rather than waiting at the light to make a right on Reboat, they're using it as a cut through. And they're trying to get that pretty hard. So let's not forget about that one as well, please.
We'll take care of it. Yes, sir.
Very good. While you mentioned the shed, any movement on the finals on the closing?
I haven't got a date, but I did see a survey crew out there again today. I think we're nearing, I know that, like I've mentioned previously, those environmental assessments have been completed. So I would expect the closing, if not the end of the month, first part of September.
Very good. Mary Beth, Kevin, you have any questions on the council briefing? Anything you want any updates on?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay, in that
Van-
case, go ahead, Mary Beth, sorry.
I just said I think Van's covered everything pretty much.
Very good, Jerry.
No, sir, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay, so then let's move on to the next item in our agenda, which is second readings. The first of the second readings that we have is ordinance 20-20-18, an ordinance to authorize the town manager to convey excess real property to facilitate the construction of a sidewalk within the town described as Beaufort County Tax District 110, map 11, parcel 92C. This is approximately 108 feet on Richmond Avenue and 75 feet on 12th Street, 1109 Richmond Avenue sidewalk request, which is now up on the screen for everybody to see. Van or Linda, you want anything you want to add to this description?
No, it does comply with the sidewalk construction policy, and as much as we can add and potentially add, we're in favor.
Very good. What's the pleasure of council?
Make a motion to approve ordinance 2020-18.
Second,
We have a motion and a second. Any comment?
None from me.
Brooke, do you have any comment on this one? I'll take that as a no.
And just real quick, for those of you that might not be familiar with that area, if you recall, that was basically that whole stretch along 12th Street was part of formerly a mobile home park, and all of those mobile homes have been removed from that area. And I believe even the building here at the corner that we're looking at is also, I think it has been removed or is close to being removed. So we're probably looking at something happening in that particular. We don't have anything specific in hand right now. You've obviously seen the real estate signs out front. But we have seen the improvement in that area with the recent cleanup and removal.
So when we normally do sidewalks, it's a 50-50 match, so who's paying for the other half then?
The owner.
Of the property there, okay.
Yeah. And then when we do not convey the property until they pay their portion of the sidewalk.
Right.
Is that's north-south, I believe. Is that the name what they're going by? That's Vernon's
believe
old
so.
property. Okay.
Correct.
I know who it is. Right. I know where it is. I know who it is.
Mayor, we have no comments on this ordinance.
Thank you very much, Brooke. Here, with no public comment, we have a motion, we have a second. If everybody's ready, we will call for the vote.
okay?
Darrell,
Darrell Owens, aye.
Jerry,
Jerry Ashmore, aye.
Maribeth,
Aye.
Kevin,
Aye.
the mayor also votes aye. Thank you, everybody. The next item on our agenda is first readings. Our first reading is ordinance 20-20-17, an ordinance to rezone approximately 13.964 acres of real estate located in Beaufort County, described as Beaufort County Tax District 112, map 33B, parcel 90A, 138, and a portion of 137 in Beaufort County, South Carolina, to be rezoned from T3 Suburban to T4 Neighborhood Center Open. This rezoning is at 1 Hammock Drive.
And that's ordinance 2020-17.
2020-17. I'm not sure what I said, but thank you.
You just included an extra dash in there.
Okay, very good. Linda, do you want to go ahead and make a presentation on this, please?
Certainly. The issue has been, the rezoning has been to the Metropolitan Planning Commission. The Metropolitan Planning Commission did give it a recommendation, but they attached a condition to that. They would like to see council consider requiring a deed restriction so that basically what the conversation was is that this property is being brought to us by a church, and their desire is to build a church on the property. They need the T4 Neighborhood Center open to build the size of building that they would like to build. And so the Planning Commission would like to make certain that the upzoning to T4 Neighborhood Center open limits the use to a church building a building here, basically. We've had several meetings with the applicant and have discussed a number of paths forward. We've had meetings with our attorney. So we would be glad to answer any questions that council might have at this time. I should also mention that the applicant is on the Zoom call with us.
Thank you. Do any council members have any question for Linda before we hear from the applicant?
No, sir.
No.
Very good. Would the applicant like to make a presentation to council? Tim, you're on mute. Tim, you're on mute.
All right, how about that?
Very good, Tim. Thank you.
All right, thank you. We're finalizing a revised contract with Dr. Burse. We've come to agreement on all the terms, so it's just a matter of, everybody signing it now. If necessary, one of the things we thought about doing was having Cross go ahead and close on the property the day before second reading. If this reading goes well and the public hearing goes well, and the attorneys will hold the money in escrow. If everything goes as expected, then we will, the deed will be recorded. If for some reason the vote does not pass for the rezoning, then the attorney will refund us the money and, we'll not close on and the deed will not be recorded.
Very good. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, we're excited to have this opportunity and, want to, be able to, be out there.
Very good. Does any council members have any questions for the applicant?
No, sir, I do not.
Tim, I have one. At the workshop last week, you talked about the possibility of adding some sort of a covenants or restriction to the property once you owned it, that if you did not build a church, that it would have to be constructed at any further development would be at the zoning levels that it is currently at now. Is that still what you're planning on proposing? That would be part of that second reading after the close?
That will, yes. We definitely want to do that. The attorney's working on that now. Cross will get that to you, get that to Linda in the next week or so.
So that document will be to us before second reading and hopefully before public hearing.
Yes, we want both the neighbors and the town to have an opportunity to look over the deed restriction.
Would you enlighten us on what's the language in that deed restriction again, please?
It is going, in layman's terms, it's going to.
No, do you have it before you? I don't want layman's. Do you have it before you? I want it verbatim.
I do not.
I think Darrell, I think what he's saying is that that'll come to us before public hearing, second reading.
Right.
Did I understand that right? That we will have the exact.
That's
word?
correct. That's correct. You'll have it before, before the public hearing.
Council members have any questions for the applicant?
No.
I have no questions.
Brooke, do you have- sorry, Mary Beth, was that you?
Yeah, I don't have any questions.
Brooke, do you have any public comment on this?
We did not receive any emails. We do have a few residents on Facebook, and their concern, it looks like it's mostly just knowing what that deed restriction verbiage is gonna read.
Very good. So, council, it's back to us. What's the pleasure of council?
Mayor, we're at first reading, right?
This is first reading only. And I guess to add to that, hearing what we heard from the applicant, I would assume the council wouldn't even schedule the public hearing until the documents were made available. And that could be part of a motion.
Okay. I'll try to put this together then. I'll make a motion to approve ordinance 2020-17 contingent upon the documents become available that talk about the deed restrictions prior to public comment and second reading.
Very good. We have a motion to approve that has a condition on it that says the deed restriction document needs to be in our hands before we will schedule the public hearing and second reading. And second reading Jerry, would also coincide with the closing of the property?
Yes, sir.
Do we have a second on that motion?
I'll second it. I will second it under those terms.
Okay, that was Mary Beth or Daryl? I'm sorry, it got cut
I
off.
think Terrell got me ahead.
As long as you're both agreeing with it, that's fine. So Jerry and Daryl is the motion and the second. Further discussion or comment by council? Hearing none, other than Van's typing, I will, I'll go ahead and call for a vote. Daryl?
Aye.
Jerry?
Jerry Ashmore, aye.
Mary Beth?
Mary Beth, aye.
Kevin?
Aye.
And the mayor also votes aye, so it is unanimous. And we stand by and look forward to those documents so that we can move this to the next phase.
Sounds great. Thank you very much, Mayor and council members.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
The next item is B on our agenda, which is another ordinance, and I will try not to put a dash, I assume, between the 20 and the 20 this time. Ordinance 2020-22, an ordinance to rezone approximately 2.96 acres of real estate located in Beaufort County, described as Beaufort County Tax District 112, Map 30, Parcel 4 in Beaufort County, South Carolina, to be rezoned T4 Neighborhood Center to T4 Neighborhood Center Open. This rezoning is at 4 Sundown Bend. It is highlighted on the screen for everybody to see. Linda, anything you need to add to this?
Yes. This is the first time we've seen this, so I'd like to give you a little bit of an introduction. It has been to the Planning Commission, and the Planning Commission gave it a unanimous recommendation to move forward. Would like to point out to you that what we're looking at here, the T4 Neighborhood Center Open zoning designation is just to the south of this property, so it's contiguous to it. I think therein lies some of the wisdom of moving forward to include this in T4 Neighborhood Center Open also. That purple crosshatch up and down Robert Smalls Parkway, Highway 170, that's what indicates what is T4 Neighborhood Center Open. No environmental issues for the property, no public service issues for the property. It's been in the town for a number of years. In the application, you will find that the owner does have an intended use for the property, and that is boat storage. Again, very similar to the last ordinance. In order to be allowed to do boat storage here, we need that T4 Neighborhood Center open designation. He has also included his design team has included a rendering of what that might look like whenever they get it built. As I've looked at that site plan, that complies with our code. It's not, I haven't done a detailed zoning review on it, but at this level, it looks like we're very much headed in the right direction. I would also point out that there is a townhouse development being worked on, being designed just now to the east of this property. It's under the same ownership as this property. So a couple of things going on out there in that quadrant. I'd be glad to answer any questions. The applicant should have some representatives here with us this evening.
Very good. Council have any questions for Linda or staff before we go to the applicant?
I have none.
No, sir.
Very good. Ms. Reeves, is Taylor, is that you?
This is me. Thank you.
Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you, Linda, and thank you, Town Council, for having us tonight. I am with Ward Edwards Engineering representing Farino Development for this project. And I think Linda's done a good job of what we're trying to accomplish here on this parcel. And if there's any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Thank you. Council have any questions for the applicant?
I have none.
Hearing none. Brooke, do we have any comments on this ordinance?
No, sir.
Very good. What's the pleasure of council?
I move, Mr. Mayor, that we approve for first reading ordinance 2020-22.
Second.
We have a motion and we have a second. Thank you, Daryl and Mary Beth. Any further discussion? Hearing none. Daryl?
Aye. Darrell, aye.
Jerry?
Jerry Ashburn, aye.
Kevin? Kevin, you are muted. We couldn't hear that.
Aye, sorry.
It's okay. Thank you. Just don't want to get called. Mary Beth?
Aye.
Mayor also votes aye. So it is unanimous on first reading for ordinance 2020-22 with no dash. Thank you very much. Next item on our agenda is item C, ordinance 2020-23, an ordinance to authorize the town manager to convey excess real property to facilitate the construction of sidewalks within the town described as Beaufort County Tax District 113, map 10, parcel 75, approximately 2,048.1 feet along the eastern boundary between 12th Street and Ritter Circle, approximately with a 0.1 foot. Interesting. Would staff like to go ahead and make a presentation on for this, please?
Ritter Circle, good.
Yeah, I'll try to cover it real quickly. This is basically one of the property boundaries adjacent to what we are referring to as the Bluff neighborhood and the port redevelopment. This sidewalk was anticipated in the conceptual and I think final approval for the Bluff neighborhood, and it obviously is in compliance and would represent a pretty significant addition of sidewalk infrastructure to the town for sure.
Very good.
I didn't come up with the 0.1.
Council members have any questions for staff?
Oh. I don't have any.
Very good. And the applicant is, I assume the developer.
Gregos.
Are they, I see, yes, Chris, you're on there. Chris, would you like to make a presentation or add something to this?
No, I think it's pretty straightforward. It's typical sidewalk.
All right, well, I don't know that I call this typical. This is long.
Well, other than that, but it's still going to look like the same sidewalk as the other ones.
And Van, the same requirements hold true as far as the match and everything else, right?
Correct.
Very good. Brooke, do we have any comments from the public?
No, sir.
What's the pleasure of council?
With
Make a
everything
motion.
said there. With everything said, I move that we approve first reading ordinance 2020-23.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Thank you, Darrell. Thank you, Jerry. Further discussion?
None.
Hearing none, I will call for the vote. Darrell, you're up top.
Darrell Owens, aye.
Jerry?
Jerry Ashmore, aye.
Kevin, you muted?
Aye.
And Mary Beth?
Mary Beth, I.
Mayor also votes aye. Thank you, everybody. Our last first reading ordinance for tonight, item D on our agenda, is ordinance 2020-24, an ordinance to authorize the town manager to convey excess real property to facilitate construction of sidewalks within the town described as Beaufort County Tax District 110, map 11, parcel 436, approximately 53 feet on 16th Street. This is known as 813 16th Street.
Correct, and this is the extension to an existing sidewalk adjacent to the property. So it is in compliance, even though it is short in length. It will add to the overall sidewalk inventory for the town because it is a continuation.
Very good. Council members have any question for staff?
No, sir.
Brooke, any comment?
No, sir.
Very good. What's the pleasure of council?
I move that we approve ordinance 2020-24.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none. Darrell?
Darrell Owens, aye.
Same order, Jerry?
Jerry Ashmore, aye.
Kevin? Unmuted and ready to go. Aye. Mary Beth?
Mary Beth, I.
Mayor also votes aye. Next item on our agenda is important dates. We've got two listed: Monday, August 17th, 2020, 5 p.m., Metro Planning Commission; Tuesday, August 18th, 4:30, Redevelopment Commission. Does council or staff have any dates or events they would like to add?
I do not.
I do not.
I have nothing as well at this time. Well, then we'll go ahead and open it up to council comments. Gentlemen, ladies, the order in which we've been taking votes. Anybody have anything?
I have none.
Jerry?
No, sir. I'm fine at this time. Thank you.
Kevin?
No.
Very good. Mary Beth?
Mary Beth, no.
Very good. Van, there's one thing, and I know that you're in touch constantly with the city, and any updates that we can give the residents of Port Royal on when and the Spanish Moss Trail might be closed and how that's going to affect them at this time, or we're still further out at this point?
We're still further out.
Very good. Just wanted to make sure when we have to get that out there, we get that out there.
And that's something I probably should have talked about in the briefing real quickly. As far as the Cypress wetlands goes, we'd anticipated the work first starting in July, but there were some COVID issues with the contractor. Thank goodness that kind of did happen because we ended up with 25 ibis nests. So we are waiting for that to run its course prior to starting the improvements in Cypress wetlands. So just wanted to make sure everybody was aware of that.
Very good. And we did have a little bit of a document from the Friends of the Cypress Wetlands, and there's some events. Maybe they can join us at our next workshop and really brief us on what's going on. Council?
Yeah, I think it's their intent to come in September and bring y'all up to speed.
Very good. Then I have nothing else to add. Last item is public comments. Brooke, do you have any that need to be read into the record, please?
No, sir.
That was no, I'm sorry.
No, sir.
Okay, very good. So we have completed all items on our agenda, and I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
We have a
Second.
motion and we have a second. No vote required. Agenda has been complete. Thank you, everybody, for your time and your diligence, and we'll see each other soon.